High protein, high fiber, keto-friendly buns, worthy of your best burgers. I get started on warming up this chili mixer bowl on this chilly day. Chilly is an understatement. Not even my snow-loving cat is willing to go outside. What do you love to do on wintry days such as this? For me, it seems like a great day to add 350 milliliters of warm water to our bowl. 110 degrees Fahrenheit makes a lovely, comfortable bath for our instant yeast. That's 43 degrees Celsius, by the way. Just like in regular burger bun recipes, the yeast needs something to eat to get their gases going. This food is for them, not us. Those hungry little fungi will use the sugar to make the bread rise and create some flavor components to make our vegan keto buns taste like real bread and leave practically none for us, so there's no sweetness in the end unless we add some additional. Afterwards, our wheat flour alternative is a combination of oat fiber. Remember, not oat flour, the roughage. Freshly ground and sifted golden flax seeds. And vital wheat gluten. For the 6 to 7% of people who are gluten sensitive, you should try my gluten-free vegan keto buns instead. That taste amazing too. They don't quite look like regular bread, but they taste so much better than regular bread. Actually, the other 93% of you should try them too at least once. They are so aromatic, so nutty, so toasty, so incredible. These gluten-full buns are much more affordable to make, and they're more incognito. And even when you add nutritional yeast for a subtle, slightly cheesy flavor, and you could even add a sweetener now, maybe a tablespoon or two of your favorite 1-to-1 sugar alternative, and lactic acid solution to mimic the tang that comes from fermenting starchy flour in regular bread recipes, plus salt to bring out all the flavors, this dough comes out to just about $6 Canadian for a batch. Now, I don't want to cry about how low that Canadian dollar is compared to the USD right now, so let's move on. I've been kneading this on speed 3 for about 8 minutes, and the dough is ready for resting. The gluten strands are wound up so tight, so it's difficult to knead and shape now. So I'm going to let this rest for 15 minutes so those strands can relax. 787 grams. Let's divide that into 8. Let's just say 99 grams for each, and then one will be a little bit smaller. Okay. Next, I'm gonna roll it up into a ball. See all these creases here? I want to pinch them so that it will really held together. My thumb and my pinky are pushing the sides just to keep it in a round shape. And there you go. So squish to get the air out, get the edges into the middle, kind of pinch those seams, right, more or less. And then as I knead these buns, I'm reminded of the fact that I used to think that making bread was what triggered my tendonitis. And so I remember back in 2020, I made some bread recipes and I just braced myself for the pain afterwards. And yes, I would have an increase of my chronic pain, my tendonitis. It didn't occur to me it was because I was eating all those bread recipes. And now I can make I can make any bread recipe as long as I don't eat it. But I can make keto bread recipes, eat the fruits of my labor, and feel fine. Completely fine. Able to edit, write, cook, crochet, knit. Well, I'm not very good at crochet or knitting. I can do all the hobbies I ever used to do, and then some. So I'm just gonna squish them all with my palms, just to have them spread out a little bit wide ways. I've got these non-stick springform pans, and you might have seen them before when I made Heavenly Fan's carrot cake, which was so freaking good, by the way. That's a vegan keto carrot cake. Anyways, these are non-stick already, so if you have something like this, but it's not non-stick, just line it with a parchment or maybe oil it. It's going to flatten this even more by kind of just use this part of your fingers and keep it flat, like like this, and then you kind of just use the rest of your palm and flatten it like this. Anyways, there you go. Just pop that in. Oh, and if it doesn't reach the edge, don't worry, this will expand a lot. And then for the rest of these guys, I'm just gonna put it on the pan. Now cover the lot and let them rise for 90 minutes in a warm, draft-free location. My room temperature is 23 degrees Celsius or 74 degrees Fahrenheit, so keep in mind if yours is cooler, this is going to take a little longer. It's 30 minutes in, and you can see that it's not that puffed up. If this was regular dough, like filled with starch, it would rise a lot faster, but because we have such a limited amount of food for the yeast, it takes longer. So I'm covering these back up. They're going to rise for another 60 minutes. 15 minutes before the end of that time, I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And when it's completely preheated, I'll uncover my buns. Look, they have more than doubled in size, and I expect them to expand just a little bit more in the oven. And to help them out, I'm going to brush them with water. I would usually spray them with water, but my spray bottle is being used for other things. Just adding moisture to the top of these buns is going to let that expand a little bit more easily. Then nothing to do but pop these in the oven, 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. And afterwards, the smell, it smells incredible. Very toasty, very aromatic, very reminiscent of, regular burger buns. And like regular burger buns, we have to resist. We have to let these cool to room temperature. Now it's the end of the sunlight for me in this wintry time, so I'm going to have to let these cool overnight, and we'll get back to them in the morning. Afterwards, I actually kept these in this metal baking pan, and so that was a little bit too much moisture holding, so some of these buns are a little bit wrinkly. Next time I would leave them in my dehydrator, just off, right? It works really much like a bread box because it's enclosed, it helps to keep away any dust and everything like that, but there is a little bit of airflow even when the fan isn't pushing. So next time, if it was just for overnight, I'd leave it in there. Tip for myself and for you. But still, they are beautiful. They are so ready to get sliced up, but I've got to put some burgers on the, indoor grill here. The ground that I'm using is by Omni. They make a vegan pork substitute. I don't think it tastes like pork. It's just a really convenient way of having some plant-based protein. But I also love a good veggie burger made from legumes and vegetables. So tasty, right from the freezer. Let's load up these buns and have a taste. These buns really take the burgers to the next level because even by themselves, they have a wonderful savory flavor. They're soft, they're squishy, but substantial enough to keep up with those juices. There's just a little hint of sweetness, which I think is typical for a burger bun. My friends, you just have to try it. For those who are interested, the nutritional information is going to come up on screen right now for you. Please keep in mind that these figures are actually inflated a little bit because we know that the sugar that I used in the recipe has been eaten by the yeast. That's how it's risen like this. But without a lab analysis, how can I really say exactly how much? So I just leave the entire amount in the calculation. So you can see that each bun is going to have less than 4 grams of net carbs. We have a ton more protein than your typical bun, as well as a ton more fiber. Because of that ton more fiber though, definitely drink some water while you're having these burgers. Don't rely on just your thirst, because by the time your thirst kicks in, it may be too late for you. I'm sure you'll be okay, but just, in case you're one of those people that really needs to drink water with your fiber, why take a chance? And with that, I've got to take chances on some more, let's just say, experiments. Thank you so much for watching, my friends. Bye for now.